Some houses look normal from the outside, but living in them feels like something slowly eating you from the inside out. And the scariest part, sometimes we don't make the first move. Sometimes the house steps toward us first. It was morning, but the air in the room still carried the weight of night. The whole house had this weird coldness to it, not AC cold, but the kind of chill that feels like something inside the walls is breathing. Slow, icy breaths. I kept turning from one side to the other on the bed. My husband's routine was always the same, out the door by 5:30, leaving behind that deep morning silence. It used to feel normal, but for the past few weeks, every time he stepped out, the house seemed to change, like it dropped its mask. The moment he left, it felt like the house opened its eyes. And seeing me alone, it would kinda laugh. Soft, silent, but real enough to feel. The first time I heard the door creak open and then shut on its own, I brushed it off. Maybe the wind. Maybe I was half asleep. But then came the footsteps, straight down the hallway. Slow, dragging steps, like someone heavy was walking on the wooden floor, pulling their feet the whole way. That night, I convinced myself I imagined it. Half dream, half reality. But the next day, it happened again. The door. The steps. And then that creepy pause, right outside my bedroom door. Today started the same way. My husband gave me a tired little smile, said goodbye, and left. I inhaled his familiar scent. He always used that light perfume so I would wake up smiling. But the moment he stepped outside, the whole house changed. Like something had been waiting for him to leave. And now it was finally free. I shut my eyes, hoping I could fall back asleep. But the silence wasn't peaceful. It felt alive. The mattress dipped next to me, just a little, like something was slowly trying to sit beside me. My breath stopped. I wanted to move, but my arms refused. Like a kid hiding under blankets from the dark, I tried to make myself small. But then, behind my closed eyelids, I saw a faint glow, soft, flickering light with no sound at all. Even though the room was pitch black, it couldn't hide that glow. When I opened my eyes, for 1 second it looked like moonlight had spilled across the room. Except it wasn't moonlight. It was glowing straight out of the walls. Just for a moment. One heartbeat. And then that light drifted across the room, stopping right at the foot of my bed, like it was leaning in, trying to look at me. My whole body locked up. I couldn't hear anyone breathing, but I could feel my own breath brushing the back of my neck. Like something was standing right behind me, feeling the warmth of my breathing. Then something even worse happened. The room kept getting colder, but right near my waist, the mattress began to sink again. Like something with weight was sliding toward me. Slow, deliberate. My lips wouldn't even move to scream. Just that loud, suffocating silence that wakes the soul. I forced myself, just with my eyes, to look toward the spot where the mattress was dipping. There was no one there. But the pressure kept increasing. Like something was right there, just invisible. That's when I realized something terrifying. This thing doesn't hide from people. It just shows itself only to the ones who are alone. The ones who can't move. The ones who can't speak. Finally, with every ounce of strength I had, I reached for the lamp. The moment the switch clicked, light burst across the room. And everything looked totally normal. Calm room. Straight walls. Mattress perfectly fine. But then I saw it. On the wooden door frame, 4 thin scratches, like someone had dug their fingers into it in anger. My hands were shaking. And right beneath my ribcage, I could still feel that thing. Present. Watching. Waiting. I'd convinced myself it was just a half-sleep hallucination. But the next morning, when my husband said the door was wide open during the night, that's when I realized this thing isn't just showing itself to me. It's waiting for me to wake up. The silence in the room every morning wasn't normal anymore. That time right before sunrise, when the world is supposed to feel calm, had started feeling way scarier than the night itself. I used to think I was just overthinking. But ever since I saw those finger-like scratches on the doorframe, every new morning came with a fresh dose of panic. That day, I didn't turn the lamp off at all. I kept the lights on the whole time, and the weirdest part, as long as the lights were on, the walls stayed quiet, dead quiet. Almost like the light cut the whole house off from itself. But the moment evening rolled in, the house started breathing again. Whenever my husband came home, everything looked perfectly normal. The fridge, the hallway mirror, the frames in the living room, everything in its place. But the second he kicked his shoes off, one thing always changed. The air in the house shifted the moment he walked in. Like something got pissed off, like it hated that I wasn't alone anymore. I wanted to tell him everything. I really did. But I held back. Why? Because he's logical to the point of stubborn. He'd say, "You're exhausted. You're not sleeping right. Your brain's messing with you." But what I was feeling wasn't in my head. It was crawling under my damn skin. That night was the strangest of all. He fell asleep quickly. The room was dark, except for that faded yellow light slipping in from the corridor. I decided I'd stay awake, watch, and finally understand what it was. How it came. When it came. And why. After 1 a.m., the entire house froze. Like it was holding its breath. I shifted slightly on the bed. My heartbeat was so loud it felt like screaming inside my chest. Then I heard it. The same sound I heard every morning. The door handle gently shaking. But this time, it didn't turn. The door didn't open. It just kept shaking. Like someone was standing outside, doing just enough so I'd know. I'm right here, and I can walk in any time. My whole body was trembling, but I refused to close my eyes. The handle suddenly went still, and my heartbeat got even louder. Because right under the doorframe on the floor, something shifted. Like someone crouched down, trying to check if I was awake. My fingers tightened around the edge of the blanket. And then, a thin shadow slid across under the door. Like something moved gently on the other side. I held my breath. The house went dead silent. But my eyes stayed glued to that tiny gap under the door. Then, suddenly, I saw it. A corner of the shadow lifted upward, just slightly. As if someone tilted their head down, trying to look in. In that moment, I felt it watching me. Directly. Right into my eyes. I didn't move, couldn't move. But a cold ripple ran straight down my spine. Then it got worse. The door pulled backward a little. Like someone stepped away. But I didn't hear any footsteps. I didn't get up. But I felt someone walking on the other side of the door. The air pressure shifted. The wooden frame gave a tiny creak. Yet nothing appeared. Suddenly, my lamp table shook. Not a violent jolt, but like someone's foot brushed against it while walking past. And then, behind me, the mattress dipped. Just slightly. Exactly like it did in the morning. Except this time, no glow, no movement of air, nothing. Just weight. A heavy, slow weight, sliding closer and closer. I clenched the bedsheet so tight my nails hurt. I could feel it, someone sitting right beside me. Not imagined. Not subtle. Right there. My skin tingled, like something was leaning in, so close to my ear. Breathing. Then I sensed something else. The room turned completely dark. Even that faint glow from the corridor disappeared. Like someone stood in front of it. And then, a breath. Soft. Right against my shoulder. Not warm, but definitely human. My heart started slamming inside my chest. Without thinking, I reached for the lamp switch. 2, 3 shaky seconds. And when the light turned on, the weight vanished. The mattress flattened. The room looked normal. But this time I noticed something new. In the corner of the bedroom, right on the floor, the carpet's shape was slightly pushed inward. Like someone had been sitting there for hours, just staring at me. I crawled close to my husband, pressed against him, and tried to sleep. But my eyes didn't close for even a minute. The next morning, when I lifted the carpet in that corner, there were 4 perfectly rounded marks underneath. As if something had been sitting there. Hands on the ground. Breathing, watching me the entire night. And the worst part, those marks were nothing like human hands. Those 4 marks under the carpet. After seeing them, my whole world flipped. They weren't human handprints. The fingers were long, stretched, dragged, like something had pressed its hands into the floor from underneath. Ever since that moment, even walking through the house felt different. Every time I passed that spot, my whole body would stiffen up. My feet felt like the floor was listening to me. Every corner of the house felt like it had eyes, quiet eyes, tracking my breathing, my movements, every second. I knew I wasn't alone. My husband kept asking why I seemed upset or distant. But the moment I opened my mouth to speak, something inside me felt tight, like whatever lived in this house didn't want me to say a word. Night was coming, and night meant the house would finally show its real face. That evening changed everything. I was standing in the kitchen. The stove was off, but I still felt this warm breath behind me, like someone was standing inches from my back. I turned my head slightly, no one there. But right behind my ear, it felt like something was matching its breath with mine. Soft, slow, intentional. I tried to stand still, but a cold shiver crawled all the way down my spine. Like something had been standing behind me for hours, and was now leaning closer. Then I noticed something else. The kitchen floor had 2 different temperatures. One patch was cold. Another was warm. Exactly like there were fresh footsteps, right under me. I panicked and walked quickly to the living room. But as soon as I crossed the corner, my eyes caught those marks again. Except this time, different. There weren't 4 marks anymore. There were 5. The first 4 looked like hands. But the 5th looked like something had rested its head on the floor. My body screamed at me to run, but my legs wouldn't move. It felt like the floor had grabbed me and wouldn't let go. Then, for the first time, the carpet moved. Just a little. A slow shift. As if something underneath was adjusting its position. My breath shook. Then another moment. The edge of the carpet lifted a little, just barely. Like a finger rose an inch or two, then dropped again. My eyes widened. This thing wasn't just leaving marks anymore. It was active. I tried stepping back, but there was a large wall mirror right behind me. And when I caught my reflection in it, my body froze. There was no one behind me, but reflected in the mirror. A shape. A dark, cape-like shadow rising behind my back, then melting away. But in reality, nothing. Only in the mirror. Like it was watching me through the glass. I couldn't even blink. Then somehow, I felt a surge of courage, tiny, stupid courage. I slowly lifted the carpet, didn't look underneath, just pulled it upward a bit. And what I felt was the most terrifying moment of my life. The floor wasn't cold. It was warm. Warm like a human body had been sitting there. Just seconds ago. I dropped the carpet instantly. My hands were shaking hard. My heart felt stuck in my throat. That night, I went straight to the bedroom. My husband stayed in the living room to watch TV. For the first time, I wondered if maybe this thing only targeted me. But then I heard him call out, "Why is this carpet folding up so weird?" My mind went blank. It wasn't just me. He felt it too. He just wasn't seeing the things I saw. I was in the bedroom, but my entire body was tuned into the living room. His footsteps, his confused muttering, his voice low and uneasy. Was this corner always here? Why does it look darker now? I forced myself to call his name, but no sound came out. It felt like someone was sitting on my throat, silent, heavy pressure. Then, the living room went dead quiet. No movement. No footsteps. Nothing. 3 seconds. 5 seconds. 7 seconds. Then he whispered, "Baby, you're in the bedroom, right?" I answered softly, "Yeah." He stayed quiet for a moment, then said, "I swear, someone else is breathing in here. Right next to me." My legs locked. He continued, voice shaking, "I'm coming to you, just stay by the door." But his footsteps didn't move. No sound. Nothing. Only my heartbeat pounding in my ears. And then, a deep, heavy shift on the floor. Like something massive was sliding from the living room toward the hallway. My breath stopped. Those weren't my husband's footsteps. I walked slowly toward the bedroom door. Peeked into the hallway, nothing. But when I looked toward the living room, my husband was still sitting on the sofa, frozen, and right behind him, on the top edge of the couch, 2 long, finger-like shadows were rising. Slowly, deliberately, like something was finally ready to let us see it. Seeing those long, finger-like shapes rise over the top of the couch, right behind my husband, my whole body just died from the inside. They lifted, paused, then slowly melted back behind the couch. Like something had just watched us and slipped away. My husband didn't see anything. I saw everything. The house went quiet again, but not a normal silence. It felt like the whole place was listening to every breath, every step, every heartbeat. My husband asked, "Why do you look so freaked out?" I turned toward the hallway to answer, and my spine froze solid. That mark on the edge of the carpet, the same one that used to stay still, it had shifted forward, just a little, like something had crawled. My husband followed my gaze, and for the first time, even he sensed something off. Is something moving? Before I could say anything, the house exhaled, a long, heavy pull of air, then a slow release, like a giant lung right above us. Picture frames rattled. Shelf items vibrated just a little. My husband panicked. What the hell was that? I was still searching for an answer when I noticed something on the hallway wall. A patch of foggy moisture, like breath condensation, exactly at the height where a person would stand if they were breathing right against the wall. Then the thing I'd always feared finally appeared. A handprint push rose from under the carpet, right in the center of the floor, like a palm was pressing upward from beneath. My husband actually saw it this time. His voice cracked. Holy **T. The hand sank away. But then, a new one lifted in the corner of the living room, like something was slowly changing its position, circling us. My husband whispered, "We need to get out, right now." I took one step toward the front door, and the hall and bedroom doors all slammed shut at the same time. A single, violent bang. A heavy vibration. We were trapped in the hallway. The lights were still on, but the whole place looked darker, choked, shadowy. Then I saw it for the first time. A long, human-shaped shadow standing in the middle of the floor. But it wasn't cast by light. It was made of pure darkness. A black silhouette with a hollow where the face should be. My husband squeezed my hand hard. "Don't move." The shadow lifted its head, as if seeing us for the very first time. Then it stepped forward. The floor dented inward, like its weight wasn't just on top of the floor, but inside it. I stepped back. My husband shoved me. "Go, front door, Geo." I tried to run, but the shape moved twice, 2 steps, and stood right in front of me. Close. Silent. Too close. It had no face, but its presence felt like someone was staring directly into my brain, digging through my thoughts. It leaned in, slow, heavy, right beside my ear. No voice, just pressure, a weight that felt like words, as if it was saying, "You saw me. I'm not leaving." I squeezed my eyes shut. My husband yanked my hand hard, and when I opened my eyes, the shape was gone. But across the carpet, a long skid line stretched toward the dark corner, like something had slid back into the floor. We ran, straight out the front door. 4:17 a.m. Cold air, dark house behind us, and the moment we reached the yard, the master bedroom light switched on by itself, as if someone inside was now standing at the window, watching us leave. Police came with us next morning. Everything looked normal. No marks, no scratches. Just one thing. A faint breathing fog on the mirror. Exactly at my height. Like that thing had stood in front of it all night. And the creepiest part, after that night, the house started looking perfectly fine. But every morning around 5:30, neighbors say they hear one slow step and one deep breath from inside the house, like she's still waiting for someone to be alone again. Has anything like this ever happened to you? If yes, tell me in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel.